Welcome back to Headlines. I'm Wes Austin, and these are today's top stories. First, a federal judge blocked President Trump from undoing Biden's mass parole program for migrants. Apparently, according to this judge, Biden had access to the Presidential Powers Premium package, while Trump only gets the basic version with limited features and judicial pop-up ads. Then, Gavin Newsom signs off on a $2.8 billion bailout after California's healthcare system gets overrun by illegal immigrants. The Medi-Cal bailout proves one thing. If you break the law and sneak into California, Gavin Newsom will give you free health care. If you're a taxpayer there, he'll make it impossible for you to afford a house. Also, Dana Bash swears that CNN doesn't hate America, which is exactly what you'd say if you did. It's like a guy showing up for a date and leading with, "Don't worry, I'm not a serial killer." And finally, progressives are now blaming your dog for climate change. Because when you've banned gas stoves, straws, and beef, the only thing left to cancel is your golden retriever. All right, let's dive in. A district judge has blocked President Trump from revoking the legal status and work permits of over 530,000 migrants who flew into the United States under Biden's controversial CHNV Mass Humanitarian Parole Program. Because apparently when Biden writes executive orders, they're etched in stone tablets from Mount Sinai. But when Trump does it, they're more like suggestions written on a Denny's napkin. In her order, Judge Talwani stated that each migrant needs to have an individualized case review, despite the fact that Biden's parole program was created basically out of thin air because there was no basis for it. So we need individual reviews to undo a program that required 0 individual reviews to implement. That's like needing a doctor's note to stop taking medicine you prescribed yourself. Basically, this judge thinks that Trump can't use his own executive authority to remove these migrants, even though it's the same executive authority Biden used to bring them all in. It's like being told you need a receipt to return something that was shoplifted in the first place. I've seen more consistent rules at a toddler's make-believe tea party where the guest list includes Elmo, a dinosaur, and 3 half-naked Barbies. Gavin Newsom just signed a $2.8 billion bailout to cover health care for illegal immigrants because in California, the only people not getting a free ride are the taxpayers. Newsom approved a $2.8 billion bailout for the state's Medi-Cal program after costs soared due to expanded coverage for illegal immigrants, where approximately 1.6 million non-citizens are enrolled. Initially projected to cost $6 billion for 2024-25, the expansion now totals $8.4 billion just 1 year in, and it's expected to cost $7.4 billion in 2026. The bailout comes after Newsom requested a $3.4 billion loan from the general fund to cover $6.2 billion in shortfalls. Let's cut Newsom some slack. He just started a new podcast. If you're a legal Californian, congrats. You can now work 2 jobs just to provide health care to people who also get to stay at 4-star hotels for free. The fastest way to get health care in California now is to throw your ID into the Pacific and tell Newsom you swam here from another country. Dana Bash at CNN wants to clarify how the network feels about the United States.
Before I get to you, I just want to say, for the record, since we heard President Trump say in the Oval Office that CNN hates our country, CNN does not hate our country. That should go without saying. I've been here for 32 years.
Dana Bash says it should go without saying that CNN doesn't hate America. And yet, here she is saying it. That's usually a red flag, Dana. It's like when OJ said, "I didn't do it." So CNN does not hate the United States. They may dislike, loathe, detest, despise, abhor, demonize, malign, undermine, vilify, smear, abominate, and execrate it, but they don't hate it. Progressives are now coming for your dogs. A new Australian research review found that dogs have extensive and multifarious environmental impacts. God, these people hate dogs. Sorry. They have extensive and multifarious environmental impacts, disturbing wildlife, polluting waterways, and contributing to carbon emissions. So in other words, dogs are just like private jets, except they're less likely to be owned by John Kerry. Published in Pacific Conservation Biology, the review describes dogs as the world's commonest large carnivore and argues their effects on the environment are more widespread and harmful than commonly acknowledged, especially in comparison to cats. If your idea of an ideal pet is one that ignores you until you die and then eats your face, maybe you shouldn't be weighing in on environmental ethics. So Australian scientists have confirmed what we've always suspected. Progressives prefer cats. Makes sense. One is aloof, emotionally unavailable, and always licking themselves, and the other one has fur. Thanks for watching Headlines. I'm Wes Austin. Good night.
Please like, comment, and